All right. Filling in for Gary here. So, we'll wait till people get into the room. What a thing I got to tell you guys, man. So, I did BJ Shea's interview and got off of it, and his audio's echoing. So, I'll probably repeat this again once people come in here. But if you're any good with audio and can kind of try to help me remove the echo, that would be helpful. Otherwise, I've got to reschedule the interview because the audio is not any good to be able to do that. So that's not going to happen unless I can fix that audio. Hey, New Horizons, I'll be chatting with you guys tonight, but unless I find somebody that can fix that audio, and I can't fix that, I tried with the apps on my phone, and I can't fix that audio. So if anybody out there is any good at fixing audio, and let me know if you can hear the fan, if it's too loud. I'll shut that off too. Might as well check that out while we're. Hello, Cindy Wheeler. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Riley. So yeah, anybody that's good with audio, BJ Shea's interview, I did it today. It was a great interview. Awesome answers and all kinds of stuff, but it's got an echo on his end. So if any of you are good with audio, I can send you the audio file, and if you can fix the audio for me, I can put it back. I can put it back in there. Hello, Mel Nettie. Hello, Amos. Hey, Weekend RV. Hey, Johnny's. Hi, BB3. Yeah, okay, that's good. It sounds good now because I got the fan. I literally had the fan like right behind it. So, but yeah, if anybody's good at audio and wants to give a chance at fixing the echo off of that interview that I had with BJ today, that would be awesome. If not, I'm gonna have to reschedule it with them, so it won't come back out on the. Unless I can fix it, it won't be next Tuesday. So it'll be another day that it comes out. So, yeah. Anyway, and if it didn't give you notification, it's because this is an impromptu one. It was it's not scheduled. It's since Jerry can go, Melnetti sent me the link and said ask if I could pop on. So I'm popping on for you guys. Let me know if when somebody's coming up next or whatever. I think Daydream comes up next, I believe. Anyway, but the interview was really awesome, and it just sucks that the audio didn't work. It really sucks, guys. Like, if you want the link, I'll send you the link for it. It's in private right now. But it is not. It is not. How do I put this? It is not. Not good enough audio to release for not good enough audio to release for a video, and I don't want to release it, especially on his side. He's a professional and all that stuff. So if you guys want to hear it, it's a really awesome one. You have to put up with echoes, but if any of you know somebody that can fix audio, I can try to send it to you to fix it. Hello, Mary Jones. Hello, Linda. Yeah, I think and I didn't have it. New Horizons, it wasn't live. The one with BJ, it was I did it unlisted so that it would basically record it and I could premiere it later. But oh man, I'm really mad. He already said if I have to reschedule, I can reschedule it. So he'll do it with me again. That's not a problem. Yeah, I know it sucks and it does happen. Yeah, I know, Simple Life. It just sucked. It just sucks. At least it wasn't. Oh, maybe if it was alive, we would have caught it. But, man, you guys, I don't know when we'll be able to do it. Oh, thank you, Mary Jones. That's awesome. That's awesome. And Lily, Jerry Holly couldn't do his, I guess. So I'm going to be doing this till Daydream comes up. And by the way, whoever's coming up next, when we get close to the end of the hour, make sure you uh, let me know. That's all I'm going to ask. Awesome, Rally. Can you either send me an email or will you put yours in the chat or something like that so that I can sorry here, stuff popping up, so I can email you and I'll send it to you. I mean, guys, oh gosh, I'm sure we'll go over it, but I mean, he's been in the radio such a long time. He was telling me stories of when he was like backstage with info at Rally Creative. I'm gonna write that down right now, and I'll send it to you, man. I know that you can use like noise gates and stuff like that, and sometimes you can reduce the echo. I don't know if you can or not. Let me go ahead and I will probably send you my Google Drive link. Take these off. There's nobody up here with me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll send you a Google Drive link to go ahead and do it. But he's been in radio. He started out in Boston. He's been in radio. He's been in radio so long. He was telling me stories of him being backstage with Sam Kinison, guys. I mean, oh, if I would have heard, it makes me mad because I didn't hear the echo on my side. If I would have heard it on my side, and then afterwards he's like, I kind of heard the echo, and I thought it was only me. I'm like, oh man. So anyway, I'll send it to you, Rally, and if I have to, I'll reschedule it. But gosh, Grassroots Living is coming on next. Okay, so sweet. Just make sure you put it in there so I can be reminded. How many watch hours do I need? Okay, when I looked this morning, I think I was at 1337. So maybe after today, after this one, and after the one earlier today, maybe I'll be up above 1400 or so. Hi, Christian Holbrook. Hi, guys. Yeah, you know what's frustrating about it? It's not that, I mean, yes, we can reschedule it and all that stuff. It's, I can ask the same questions again and stuff like that, but it's not going to be, the same. It's just not, you know what I mean? Like, even if I ask them the same questions, the same answers aren't going to come by. But I want to tell you guys this, even if it doesn't work out, one thing that really blew me away, okay, was twice. I think I remember twice. It might have been more, but he went, wow, that's a really great question. And that's coming from somebody that's been doing this for a long time. So that blew me away. Yeah, I'm getting close to halfway there. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'll get there. I'm going to be doing, I've got more stuff scheduled to come out, or more interviews to come out. So I'm really excited for those. It was just a really frustrating day. So hopefully Rally Buddy can fix it or something. If not, it is what it is, and I'll reschedule it farther down the road. But if any of you are interested in seeing it and hearing it and dealing with the echoes, let me know. I'm not gonna premiere it on here because it's just not good enough to do that. If I can get the audio fixed, it will be going up. But anyway, hello MIA. Yeah, and Rally, thank you, man. I'll send you an email here after this and let you know. I mean, you'll be able to hear. It's an echo on his end. So yeah, Trippin' Tracy had a good interview too, man. Yeah, she had a good interview, and Lily here, she'll be on here tomorrow morning. So just so you guys know. Yeah, I'll send you guys. Okay, so I'll send you the link. And Tommy Travels, the one that I interviewed Trippin' Tracy this morning, but it was BJ Shea from KISW here in Seattle. I had him on for an hour and we talked, and And the stuff we talked about, like, it was really cool to hear, because like he was talking about how he even has trouble, dealing with people like that are fans. Like he had to get pushed out there to do that by his wife, and he talks on the radio to whatever million of people or whatever. So, oh man, that's what sucks, man. I will, though, if you guys want, like I said, Triv and Tracy, just get with me and I'll send it to you. But it's really frustrating. It's like, so anyway, I'm still happy, guys. Like I'm not angry and I'm gonna be sad or anything like that. It was just, it was like, oh man. I don't even know what to say, man. Like, I'm still happy I got to talk to him, and it's kind of a cool little even if it never got fixed and we couldn't reschedule again, I have this cool little interview that's always going to be there. So anyway, um, it's really exciting. So hey, speaking of which, if any of you that I haven't interviewed yet, I may need a backup guest on Tuesday. We'll see what goes on with that. So we'll see what goes on. But I got that whole week filled. Otherwise, I was kind of going to use Tuesday to be in the chat with you guys and talk with you guys. So we can talk right now. So if you have any questions for me, let me know. Hello, burning up the roads. How are you? Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. But it was a fun experience, even though it didn't record properly. Oh man, just let me put it this way, guys. Like, whoever you have as an idol and what you want to do, like, not necessarily YouTube, but just somebody that you watched or listened to for like 15 years of your life, right? And I got to interview that person that I've listened to for 15 years. So I didn't have to do much research on that one. Just saying. Just saying. That was one of the ones I don't have to do much research on. Some of these interviews I don't have to do much research just because I've been listening that long. Yeah, and burning their upper roads. How are you? I think your son there, you said you had to take him to the hospital after your lab the other day. So hope he's doing okay. Man, guys, it was surreal. And then maybe he said he'll re-record. He'll do another one with me if I can't get the audio fixed. So it's not like that was my only shot, or that I won't be able to. But if I can't get it fixed again, or if I can't get it fixed, I will have it here with him again. So yeah, it's going to be an experience, but it was really cool because I got to talk to somebody that is at like the apex, of their career. I mean, he talked about up here in Seattle when he had, when he talked to Chris Cornell, and he had, oh man, his favorite time that they came in and played was when, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. He had Duff McKagan, Mike McCready. Duff McKagan's from Guns N' Roses. Mike McCready is from Pearl Jam. And there's another lady that was singing. He didn't remember the name, but it made him, go, "Well, I'm on Seattle radio, and you have all these Seattle legends." So it was really cool on my end to hear somebody that still like can be blown away with what they're doing. And that's really, it really puts things in perspective, it really puts things in perspective. So if you can put up with the echoey audio on his end, it's not the whole podcast. When I ask questions, it's not echoing on my end. But if you can stand this echoing on his end, wow, it was really cool. So, no, I haven't heard anything about him. I haven't heard anything about him yet. But okay, so you guys, I have it up there now, and the first one guest, and I don't think, yes, we've been on the same live stream, but not on the same screen before, as far as I recall, was me and Blue Wave Odyssey. So on Thursday, I'm going to have on Blue Wave, and we're going to talk about how this whole community began, how we how it started out with just a small group of us, and I mean, you guys are here now. It didn't start out this way, you know. So we're gonna talk about that. Talk about how we've watched each other grow from, you know, where we were to where we are now, and so that's who's going to be on Thursday's show. Monday's show, I'm going to have Millie Moments on to talk to her. I really liked her on KNR, and I'd found her channel before, and she helped me out with some tea. So, Time and travel, there's lots of questions. After I got done with him, there's lots of questions. So I will have other questions to ask him. It was just unfortunate that the ones that I asked and man. So anyway, guys, if I could, I have a hard time coming up with words for it, even, because it's just, for me sitting here talking to you guys right now about, even though the audio screwed up, okay, about what just happened is something that I never thought would happen. So just to put that in perspective. So I am so grateful for all of you guys being here, because it allows me the absolute, I don't want to call it a treat because it's what it is, to interview people like that I've looked up to, or that have helped shape me in some way. And the way that he interviews people, and he cares about the people when he interviews them, that's where I learned that stuff from. So it was really cool to have him on. And so, like I said, he'll be on one way or the other. I just don't know how soon again. I can get him. If I can get this audio fixed, we will see. We will see. And thank you, Tracy. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I'm not holding. It's not. First of all, I couldn't even hear it, so it's not like, if I would have heard that it was echoing on my end, and I guess I now kind of know, if it starts to be where it's hard to hear the person, it's echoing. So that you guys know in the future, if you're listening on headphones and it starts to be where it's hard to hear them, and there's nobody else on the screen but you two, echoing. So we live and we learn, you know. Oh, thank you, RV Weekends. Thank you. Ever since I did that podcast, you know, having people on to interview and talk to and all that kind of stuff has always been something that I wanted to do. I didn't know how it was going to end up being on here on this channel, but it did. So you just never know in life what you learn in the past. So when you guys say I'm good at interviewing, I did it for a while. You know, I did it long before I started doing it on here. So It's just like anything else. I just had a little bit better of a skill before I started putting it on YouTube. There are people that are photographers and stuff like that. They shoot better video at first, or better editors. They edit their videos better first. So if you want to interview people, you guys can do it too. But it's going to take practice. It takes practice. It takes practice and knowing people's body language to know when to talk. And hello, James. Hello. I do like hanging out with you guys, by the way. So, you know, maybe here and there, if nobody's on and you guys, you guys want to come on and just hang out and chat, maybe I'll pop up live then. Because, like I said, when I do the lives in the morning and I have the guests on there, especially like Trip and Tracy this morning, and some other people, especially if they're not used to live streams, I don't try to like to punch your guys' stuff up there and interrupt the flow of the conversation we have on. So it's nothing against you guys. I want you to know that right now. I try to pop your guys up, at least when you say hi and stuff like that. I try to pop it up. For some reason, I can't get that app. I pull it up on my phone, but if I try to load the file, it won't load it. And I tried a different thing, and the noise reduction didn't work on there. I need a noise gate. When I looked it up, that's what I need, is a noise gate so that I can try to stop the echo that way. Like I said, if I have to, we'll do another one. It's all right. Hello, Bob and Tams. Hello. And yes, RV Weekends, I remember that when you had the headset plugged in there. Gosh, it's an experience sitting on this thing, guys. Like, I wish. Let me just say, for anybody that's not at 1,000 yet, everything gets easier once you get to 1,000. Whether it's dealing with companies, whether it's having people come on or whatever, and all that stuff. Once you hit 1,000, that stuff becomes easier. So, and Simple Life Reclaimed, hey man, if you're just listening, that's fine too. I don't need you to look at my face. No, I'm not giving it up, RV Weekends. I'm not giving it up. I'm just saying, and he was gracious enough to say, hey, if you can't get it fixed, I'll come back. Hello, Mama Kay. And if you don't know who this is Construction Cronies' mom. She likes watching me. She's one of my fans. I'm always happy to see her. And hello, Gina. It's all right if you can't type. That's fine. What causes it? See, that's what I'm like. Ask me questions right now, guys, while you have the chance. What causes it to be easier? It's just the fact that you have what somebody can look at as an audience of 1,000 people. So it's much easier for people that are in the public eye with publicists or some larger channels. It's a lot easier to get noticed with them and to get the possibility to either do a collaboration, to do an interview and stuff like that. So that's what makes it easier on that side. And when you go to a company, especially if it's a smaller, and that's what I would suggest to you guys, look for startup companies. It's hard to get in, especially when you have a lower audience or lower subscriber. I call it audience. You should call it audience when you contact these companies too. Because subscriber, unless they know YouTube, they don't necessarily, especially if they're older, they're not going to know necessarily what that means. So say audience, but look at local and then small businesses to try to work with, because for them, it's getting their name out there without them having to do work for it, really, right? Like a product or anything like that. So that's something that you should look into if you want to start working with companies like the CBD oil. I'll show it again because he's working on figuring out how to set up a code in Amazon right now for you guys. So that's where I'm at. But the Honest Lab CBD oil, they're just a starting company, but I put them in the videos and all that kind of stuff, and sent me free bottles, and I gave those bottles away. And by the way, hello Ford Man, hello Whoa Nelly if I didn't say hello, and hello Trips. I saw you there at Trips too. By the way, go check out the Trips if you haven't. They have the subscribers. They just need the hours, but they do really awesome food reviews. They're really entertaining. So if you guys can, go check them out. And hello, Lucky Dog. So it's companies like that's why I have companies working with me, because I try to get those small businesses. Maybe they just started inventing something. But that's who you should reach out to if you want to start working with companies and having additional ways to make revenue. I think it will help Susan. It's helped me. I don't need any other medication anymore. One thing I will tell you, at least the oil that I take, is you put it under your tongue. It's basically a tincture. You hold it under there for a minute, and then you take it with like a fatty food, so it helps absorb into your system. But it's not like you feel stoned or anything on it. It just helps. I mean, it may help you, it may not, but it helps me. So that's all I can say. That's all I can tell you is give it a try. It's not going to hurt you. Hey, Linda Oki. Hello. Oh, and thank you, Melnetti, for dropping their link. And yeah, guys, basically, if you're my buddies or whatever, and you're on Instagram, like Trip and Tracy wants to see it. If you want to see that interview that I recorded earlier today, I'm more than happy to share it with you. But just know that the audio, is not that, is echoes. So, you're nervous to talk to companies about sponsorship. Okay, Susan, here's the deal. Like, the only thing they can do that's bad is either not respond or say no. So stop being nervous. In fact, if you approach them and say, hey, I'm doing this stuff and I give to charity for disabled people and all that kind of stuff, you're more than likely going to find somebody that's willing to work with you than not, honestly. So don't be nervous to ask, and it's going to get easier to ask the more you do it. That's all I can tell you. Yeah, okay. So yeah, just do what I said. You need to take it with some fatty stuff, just because it absorbs with the fat, and then you're able to digest it and actually get it in your system better. All right, Conan, man. Yeah. See you later, Conan. Yes. Well, actually, it's usually from hemp, and hemp doesn't usually have THC. Interesting fact. And Simple Life Reclaimed has their first sponsored product review video coming out tomorrow. That's exciting. You guys should go check out their video that came out today. They want some advice on how to rearrange their fifth wheel to get more space. So you guys can help them out with that. But I can't wait to see the sponsored that little gadget you got. That's awesome. That's awesome. If you guys don't know, I got clippers because, yeah. Yeah, it's like Simple Life Reclaimed said. It's true, once you get over 1,000 subs, it's easier to get sponsored. It's just more so than the monetization for there. Yeah, it's just, guys, I'm telling you, it's a grind right now, but it gets easier once you get there. Just, you're hearing it from me and somebody else, and the question about the fatty foods, it was when you take the CBD oil, you want to take it with some sort of fatty food because the oil of the CBD absorbs with the fat, and then your body, when you digest it, it stays in your system longer and is able to get better absorbed than just the oil by itself. So that's why the fatty foods. Yeah, I'm not too sweet. I think here's the thing is I think more people honestly should be like me and not. I don't think that's too sweet. So, um, yeah, here's the thing, Susan. Like, I got the one I got for the Clippers, um, and I started going out to companies after that and asking them. Well, the one I got for the Clippers, it was before I had 1,000. But they saw another video of mine that I did of another rechargeable pair of clippers. So if you have stuff to review, that's another good way to get seen, because there might be a company out there looking for something that's just like that, and they're willing to send you something to do a review for them. So fatty food, so like cheese and like an ice cream, just something that's like a really oily, fatty, pizza, stuff like that. That's what I mean by fatty foods. That's what I mean by fatty foods. Hello, Avender. Hello. How are you, man? Yeah, there you go. Simple life reclaim. Just go for it. It never hurts to ask. There's an old saying, a closed mouth don't get fed. What's the worst that could happen? This ain't no, exactly. Exactly. If you don't ask, nobody's gonna come knocking on the door. I remember, oh gosh, it was back when I was younger, I think in my early 20s or something like that. And one of my buddies was really shy about going and meeting girls, or going and talking to girls. And I said, look, they ain't gonna come knocking at your door, dude. I wish the girls would just come knocking on the door. They don't just come knocking on the door. You got to go out there and make it happen. So it's just like that. You got to go out there and make it happen, man. And well, I don't want to say. Let's just say I have some stuff happening on that end, but I'm not going to tell you guys yet. But it's just interesting. Yeah, I develop a pitch. So, one of the things, like when I got BJ Shea, I had already met him in person before. I had already been to the studio, but in my pitch, I included that 20% of my revenue on YouTube goes towards the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, and that for me makes it so, hey, yes, your name may be on my channel, and yes, people may search it and find me, maybe they subscribe and everything, but the revenue from that, part of that's going to charity. So that's something I think, I mean, if you're not working with charity, I mean, you obviously can't add that, but and how I found him is, there's so many different services out there. LinkedIn is how I was able to contact him. So you got to look at other options too. I leave comments on videos. Not everybody reads their comments, so I don't always get people off of leaving a comment on their video. Alice Ford, Renee King. I'm trying to think of who else. Those came off of a thing called Collab Space, which is included with TubeBuddy. So I try to go a bunch of different areas to get things, to get this going. So just know that. And hello, Tina's Journeys. confidence without arrogance is everything. Yes. And like I said, oh man, if nothing else out of that interview with him today, yeah, find me. Same name, and it's actually the same logo because I can feel like a cool kid on LinkedIn. Everybody else has to have a picture of themselves, but since I'm a YouTuber, it's my little icon. Yes, there you go. There you go, No Horizons. 100% of your Patreon page for I'll go to help disabled people. Exactly. That that's something you need to include in your channel when you make, like I said, you're saying make a video. You need to include that when you're going to approach these companies because it's not something that they're just doing for your channel to help your channel or for them themselves either. Just by them sitting there and talking with you, there's opportunity to raise money. So nothing's better, but oh man. And it talking with BJ really put in perspective and really made me glad I'm doing what I'm doing now. Because at one point, I was telling him, if you went back in a time machine, and you went back to yourself, and he was talking about when he was 15, he really started wanting to do radio. And I said, if you went back in a time machine and told yourself, you would have probably called yourself, or at the start of your career, I should say, probably, I'm never going to be sitting with those people talking with them. That you're insane. And then he's like, but if I told my 15-year-old self that, I would be like, I'm living the dream, And so he was like, thank you for that, because it made me really think about what I've accomplished and how much of a dream it is to be where I'm at right now. So, like I said, if nothing else to interview with him today, it made me, like I said, I love all you guys. Okay, I love all you guys and everybody that said that I am good at interviewing so far. But when somebody of his stature says I have good questions and I'm blowing him away with what I'm saying, it makes me that just like turn and Tracy was saying earlier how I'm just doing stuff all the time. That turned my fire up to like 1 billion, man. Because and he even talked in there for him, he got his 10-year anniversary. He got to talk to a radio guy that he listened to when he was younger. And so I was like, man, I know exactly how you feel because that's what it's like for me talking with you right now. And he's like, I'm just so happy to pay it forward. So yeah, even he's saying pay it forward. That's and yes, don't stop believing. Yeah, don't stop believing, man. But it's just stuff like that every little thing. And you can listen to BJ Shea. He's got the BJ Shea Geek Nation podcast and BJ and Migs podcast, and they're on the radio.com app. So even if you're not in Seattle, you can listen to his show. But yeah, man, that was like, there's other people that I still want to interview too, but that was like, man, that's one off the list, of somebody that when I started this, I was like, that would be really cool to do. That would be really cool to do. Oh, you came over from Ivy Forge and Homestead. Well, hello. Thank you, Our Cabin in the Woods, for being here. Thank you so much. And that's awesome, Oki, that you got a couple of videos up there now. And you're welcome for the encouragement, Susan. Sorry, I missed putting that up there, but there we go. If you never try, man, I would rather try and fail than regret never asking. Like, you guys do understand that I would have never interviewed BJ Shea had I not asked them. I wouldn't have interviewed most of these people had I not asked them. So the only person that's come to me so far and says wants to do an interview has been Jason Crocker. Um, and so everybody else I've asked to be on the show. So don't be afraid to ask. Do not be afraid to ask. Fear of rejection is what it is. It's the same thing when you're a younger person and you get butterflies and you have a crush and you're scared to go ask somebody out, right? Because you're scared of the rejection, right? If they say yes, you're not going to be scared of that. You're scared of the rejection. So you really got to get past the scared of rejection part. If you guys really want to be successful at this, you got to start getting over the fear of rejection, and that comes from people unsubscribing you, or you're afraid of how a video is going to be reacted to. It all goes into that fear of rejection. Everybody has it. I still have it too. Not too much to a degree anymore, obviously, but that's because I kept asking. And each time you get another yes, sorry, I'll pull why I was laughing in just a second. Yeah, and yeah, I do the research, and that was one thing he brought up, and I said to him, because he went to college for broadcasting and all that stuff, and I grabbed my notebook. You guys know about my notebook, obviously. And I said, I want to grab my notebook. I just want to, I got some notes. I want to make sure I hit all the points I want to hit. And he was like, man, I wish in college that I would have been having notes. So, yeah. So I will share the interview with you guys. Like I said, if you're on Instagram and want it, I will share it with you. But it's not going to be live unless I can fix the audio because of the echo. But, oh my goodness, it's a good interview. If you guys can get through the echo, it's a good interview. Hello, Timmy Ray the King, man. What's up? And this is why I was laughing. Because old Chris here, he says, whoever gave Bob a thumbs down, I'm going to kung fu chop you in the throat. Yeah, man. I don't care. Honestly, it doesn't bother me. You got to realize, man, that you're going to, as soon as you start doing something right, somebody's going to hate on you for it. And yes, here in a couple minutes, we're going to go ahead and raid Grassroots Living, guys. If you could do that, that would be great. Because I'm just filling in for Jerry tonight. Like I said, if you guys like having just a session with us to Q&A back and forth or something like that, then what I can do is maybe I'll start. And hello, Miss Southern Belle. I can start having like maybe one day a week is like the family day. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it family day. And you guys can come on and chat or talk about what you're doing, or talk in the chat while you're doing. We can share your links and all that kind of stuff. So that's something. And that's if you guys are interested. I can pack every week, Monday through Friday, full of interviews. But I do enjoy talking to you guys. So if you guys are interested in having a day a week where it's just us talking back and forth, you can ask questions about guests that have been on, or how I did this or how I did that. I think that would be cool. And if you guys are cool with watching that, because you guys are here watching it, So that's my thinking anyway. But I can't. with how that interview went, like I wasn't nervous during it either. Like I don't get nervous during these interviews. I was actually I wasn't even really nervous about him showing up either because it wasn't live. Like when they're live, I get worried. I'm like, oh, are they going to show up for sure? I don't know if they're going to show up for sure. And so when they're not live, man, woo, I tell you, that's the only time that I get nervous. So. Anyway, guys, if you can, go over and raid Grassroots Living. I will be back on here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern with Lily from our community, Journey with Lily, Lily's Lens. And we'll be talking tomorrow. So awesome. I'll see you guys at Grassroots Living, and stop waiting for life to happen and make life happen. I'll talk to you later.